Good morning, happy Saturday, or whatever day that you're watching this video. My name is Mary Benish here on behalf of Kingfisher Yoga, here for a relaxing, gentle flow to start us out the day on this beautiful sunshiny Saturday. We are going to practice Warrior 3, so if you want to grab a block or two, we might also be practicing balancing half moon. I don't know, I've kind of been playing with the sequence, so we're gonna kind of take it as we go and see where the moment takes us. So go ahead and grab a block or two if you want that. And then once you have your blocks, we will go ahead and get settled on our backs to get started. So as you start to get comfortable on your back, this is the grounding part or the centering part of our practice where we just come to our mat and start to come into our space and start to come into the present moment. And as you do that, I'd like to share a quote with you that I found this week that I think is really great for some of the challenges that we're all going through right now, just with the quarantine and COVID-19. And I ask you just to start to center and focus on your breath. So just focus on your breath, not forcing anything, but just your gentle breath as it flows in and out. So noting the breath and also noting how your body is meeting the mat. So just centering and grounding. In this life, we are all just walking up the mountain. And we can sing as we climb, or we can complain about our sore feet. Whichever we choose, we still got to do the hike. I decided a long time ago, singing made a lot more sense. So focusing in on the breath and the body. And maybe starting to note any part of the body that might be speaking to you a little bit more than it normally does. And just making a note that you might need to honor that part of the body throughout practice today. And so, like walking up the mountain and either singing as you walk or complaining about the sore feet, really tuning into your body throughout practice today and noticing and honoring whatever it is that you need or don't need from your practice. So if you find yourself complaining about the sore feet, how can you adjust your practice so that you can sing through practice instead? And if you literally want to sing through practice, knock yourself out. So continuing to ground and breathe, maybe starting to make the breath longer, maybe a 3-count inhale and exhale. Taking a couple more of those elongated breaths. Making the exhale audible sometimes helps us to release a little further. And then taking a moment to set an intention if you wish to do that for this practice. And an intention can be anything that brings you back to the present moment, and it can be something that you use solely during your practice or something that you carry off of your mat with you and into the rest of your week. I've been sharing lately that my intention has been gratitude, because no matter how challenging things get, there is always something to be grateful for. So taking a moment, setting your intention, And then sealing that intention with a nice big inhale, really filling up the lungs, the chest, the belly, and then letting it go. Starting with some gentle movement by taking the left leg nice and long and gently bringing the right knee into the chest with some gentle squeezes, pushing the left heel into the mat so we're grounding that left hip. And then take the hands behind that right knee and then gently just bend and straighten that right knee, starting with a flexed foot. So we're just starting by warming up the knee and then adding a flex and a point. So it doesn't matter when you do which, but just starting by warming that ankle up as well with a bend and a flex through that foot, or a point and a flex, I should say. And we're still pushing that left heel into the mat. And then bring the left foot, the bottom of the left foot to the mat, right ankle to that left knee, and just give a gentle push to that right knee. And then bring the bottom of the right foot to the mat. And if you have a block handy, we're going to take bridge pose for a few dynamic movements here. So bring a block between the knees. Palms of the hands are flat on either side of the body, starting by tucking that tailbone so that lower back is pressing against the mat. And then push through the heels. Send the hips up toward the sky as we're squeezing that block. And then exhale down. Inhale up, maintaining that squeeze. Exhale down. Inhale up. Exhale down. And release, release the block. And this time send the right leg long, or press that right heel into the mat. Give the left knee a gentle squeeze. And just starting with those gentle squeezes. And then hands come behind that left knee and start with the bends in that left knee. Start with that flexed foot first. And then the point and flex, however you want to do it. Pointing up, flexing down, up to you. Tuning into your body. And then bring the bottom of that right foot to the mat, left ankle to that right knee, and a gentle push on that left knee. Just facilitating a little bit of an opening through that left hip. And then one more set of our dynamic bridges. So maybe grabbing that block, setting up for bridge, tucking that tailbone first, bringing the lower back to the mat. And then push through the heels, send the hips up toward the sky. And then exhale down, squeezing that block. Inhale up. Exhale down. Inhale up. Exhale down. Inhale up. Exhale down. This time we're going to inhale up and hold. 3, 2, 1, and release down. And set the block aside. Bring the knees in for a gentle squeeze, maybe rock back and forth, side to side a little bit. And then as you're ready, rocking and rolling up, finding tabletop position. So from tabletop, nice neutral spine. Shoulders are over wrists, hips are over knees. Nice long line from the top of the head to the tailbone. Inhale here. Exhale. This time on the inhale, find cow. Exhale to cat. And moving back and forth between cow and cat at your own pace, linking your breath with movement. This is a great place for us to start and practice with linking breath with movement. And then find stillness in the center. Step the feet back. Find our plank pose. So here, squeezing the thighs together. Nice long line, straight line in our plank, pushing through the fingertips and the knuckles and the hands. Belly button is tucked in. Inhale here. Exhale, find your first downward facing dog. From downward dog, walking those feet out. Giving some generous movement here through the legs, the hips, the knees, the ankles, warming them up good here. Find stillness in downward facing dog. Shift forward. Find our high plank again. And we will go ahead and shift to side plank. So start with planting the left hand, opening up side plank to the right. So a couple of options here is to stay high plank. Bring that left knee down for supported plank, or find a star pose, depending how your body's feeling this morning. We're tuning in, right? Yes, yes. So if you're in a high plank, everyone bring that left knee down, launch off that left hand, find gate pose. So arm sweeps up and open. Feel that nice stretch through that left side body. I love this pose. Ooh, let's take an inhale here. And on the exhale, come back down, plant that left hand, right arm sweeps up. Option, lift that right leg. And then find gate pose again. So sweeping that left arm up and open. And on the exhale, coming down, left hand plants. Move back and forth between these two movements. A couple more times. Plugging into that breath. Planting the hands, find our high plank. Inhale to prepare here. Exhale, lower all the way down. Inhale, heart shines forward. Exhale, heart meets the mat. Couple more of these baby cobras. Inhale, heart shines forward. Exhale, heart meets the mat. One more. Inhale, heart shines forward. Exhale, heart meets the mat. Push back to knees, then downward facing dog. Shift forward, high plank. We're going to take that same series, side plank on the other side. So plant that right hand this time. Left arm, woo, he sweeps up and open. And find your version of high plank. So either here, up on both feet, maybe that right knee drops, or we raise that left leg. But taking a couple breaths in your high plank. And then everyone lowers that right knee, Launch off that right hand and find gate pose here. Oh, nice stretch. Find your breath. And then right hand comes down, left arm sweeps up. Maybe lift that left leg, nice long line, and start moving back and forth between these two. Taking your time, slow and controlled, really feeling that bend and reach. Oh, this feels so good. Great way to get warmed up. And then cartwheel the hands down. Find that high plank. Inhale to prepare. Exhale, lower all the way down. Inhale, heart shines forward. Exhale, heart meets the mat. Push back to knees. Then downward facing dog. Nice big inhale here in our downward facing dog. Maybe raising up onto the toes. Exhale, lower those heels toward the mat. Look forward, step or hop to the top of the mat. Nice, generous forward fold. So maybe bending the knees, bringing the chest toward the thighs. Oh, releasing all of the tension through the shoulders and the neck. Inhale to a halfway lift. Now maybe the hands come to the legs, to the shins, or maybe letting those arms hang. Exhale, forward fold. Inhale, halfway lift, releasing that tension though. Roll the shoulder blades down the back. Exhale, forward fold. One more, inhale, halfway lift. Exhale, forward fold. Inhale, reach up, rise up. Exhale, hands to heart center. Here in our Tadasana, revisiting that intention for your practice. So just really focusing in, plugging in, what was that intention that you set? What's going to bring you back to that present moment? Starting with some movement in our chair. So inhale, reach up. Exhale, forward fold. Inhale, halfway lift. Exhale, forward fold. Inhale, reach up, rise up. Sink to chair. Plug in, find your chair. So we're just going to pause here a little longer than we will be. So tucking that belly in, tailbone under. Nice neutral spine. So find your nice neutral chair here, wherever that is for you. Exhale, forward fold. Inhale, halfway lift. Exhale, forward fold. Inhale, reach up, rise up. Exhale, sink to chair. Inhale, reach up. Exhale, forward fold. Inhale, halfway lift. Exhale, forward fold. Inhale, reach up. Exhale, sink to chair. Inhale, reach up. Exhale, forward fold. Halfway lift. Forward fold. Reach up, rise up. Sink to chair. One more. Inhale, nice big reach up. Exhale, forward fold. Halfway lift. Forward fold. Inhale, reach up. Exhale, sink to chair. Holding our chair here, maybe wiggling those toes. Inhale, reach up. Exhale, hands plant, feet step back, downward facing dog. right leg raises up. Three-legged dog. Open that right hip. Keeping the weight evenly distributed between both hands. Straighten that right leg out. Bring it forward. Right foot plants. Left knee meets the mat. Arms float. Low lunge. So in low lunge, nice long stretch. Maybe walk those right toes out a little bit further. Hips are nice and even. Shoulders are soft. Arms are long and strong. Curl those left toes under. Rise up. High crescent lunge. Nice big inhale as we reach. Maybe add a baby back bend. Hands come down, frame that right foot. Right foot goes back, three-legged dog. And right leg comes under, fallen triangle. So right leg under that left arm up and open. Left hand plants, three-legged dog. Nice big inhale again here. And on the exhale, right foot comes down. Downward facing dog. Inhale, shift forward. High plank. And find our flow. If you want one, if you don't, skip it. And we are in our downward facing dog. This time, left leg raises up behind, left hip opens, weight is evenly distributed through the hands. Back to three-legged dog, left foot steps forward, right knee meets the mat, find our low lunge. So maybe before settling on where your hands should be, getting that lower body set. Feeling that nice stretch this time through that right hip. Chest is nice and tall. Strong low lunge. Right toes tuck under. Rise up. High crescent lunge. Inhale as we reach, maybe add that baby back bend. Exhale, hands come down, frame that left foot. Left foot up, three-legged dog. And then bring the left leg under the right arm. Right arm sweeps up and open. Fallen triangle. And we're breathing. Yes, yes. And right hand comes down, three-legged dog again, just for a moment. And then left leg comes down, shift forward, take a flow to wash that out, or take a child's pose. Whatever you want, it is yours. Nice big inhale as we rise up on those toes. Exhale, bring the heels toward the mat. Looking forward, spotting the hands. Right foot steps forward, set up for Warrior One. So in Warrior One, might have heel to heel alignment, might not. What we want is both hips facing forward. So if it's not possible to have heel to heel alignment and both hips facing forward, step that left foot out a little bit. Straighten those hips out. Once we're tall and strong, tailbone tucked under, ribs are knitted in, arms are long and strong. Yes, yes. Strong warrior. If this feels easy, maybe walk those right toes out a little bit, a little further. Maybe not. Inhale as you reach. Exhale, open up angel wings. Bring the hands, clasp them at the lower back. Open up through the chest, and then melt down. Find our humble warrior. So right shoulder to the inside of that right knee. Hands can either remain at the lower back or rise up with the clasped hands behind the back. Kind of test things out, feel what works for you. And hands release. Frame that right foot. We're going to turn that back foot to find more of a lunge. So rather than warrior one, we're in a lunge position here. Raise that left foot up off of the mat and start to straighten through the spine. Maybe grab your block and find your warrior three. So hands might stay on the block. Prayer hands, heart center. Maybe hands come forward. Find your version of warrior three. One more breath here. Hands come down. Right leg comes down. Step that right foot back. Inhale to prepare. Exhale, lower all the way down. Inhale, heart shines forward. Exhale, heart meets the mat. Pushing back, downward facing dog. This time, left leg steps forward. Find our warrior one on the other side. Checking those hips, settling in. Finding that line between effort and ease, so something that's a little challenging, but of course we don't want to feel any pain. So in our warrior one, nice big inhale as we reach. Exhale, opening up to those angel wings. Beautiful, feels so good. Open up through the heart. And then bring the hands down at the lower back. Open up through that chest. And then melt down, left shoulder toward the inside of that left knee. Figuring out where your hands feel their best. Hands come down, frame that left foot. Turn those right toes, more of a, losing my words. Words are hard on Saturday morning without a lot of coffee. So we're in more of a lunge stance here. And now is when we're going to find our warrior three. So launching off or gently shifting into that left foot. Flexed right foot. Maybe keeping the hand on the block. Hands forward maybe, or hands heart center. Maybe playing with all of them, seeing which feels the best. And then releasing the right foot to the mat. Find a forward fold for just a moment here. Inhale, halfway lift. Exhale, forward fold. Inhale, halfway lift. Exhale, forward fold. One more. Inhale, halfway lift. Exhale, forward fold. Inhale, reach up. Rise up. Exhale, find that Tadasana. Revisit that intention. Inhale, reach up. Exhale, sink to chair. So find a version of your chair that maybe pushes you to the edge a little bit. So it might be sinking a little deeper, might be coming up onto the toes. Maybe if you typically have hands at heart center, it might be straightening those arms up overhead. But doing so, maintaining the integrity in your pose. So that means we're not hyperextending that back, nice and neutral. Bending is through the hips and the knees, and the heart is shining forward. So where can we take it just maybe one step further with still maintaining the integrity? Challenging, yes? Yeah. One more breath. Inhale, reach up. Exhale, sink to chair. Inhale, reach up. Exhale, forward fold. Inhale, halfway lift. Exhale, forward fold. Inhale, reach up, rise up. Exhale, sink to chair. I'm not going to stay here this time. Ground through that left foot. Right leg crosses over the left. Find eagle pose, or eagle legs first. So making sure those hips are nice and even. It's really easy to have a tendency to kind of shift the hip when we cross one leg over the other. Now this is challenging. It's essentially a one-legged squat. So we're doing squats today. So find your version of eagle leg. So that right toe might be offering a kickstand here for that left leg. Hips are nice and even. Then find your hands. Might stay prayer hands heart center, or maybe bring the arms out straight. Then come here, cross the right arm under the left. Give those shoulders a squeeze. Bring the elbows up, maybe stay here, or squeeze those elbows together. Straighten the forearms, find your eagle arms. Lots of options here. Now the bulk of the weight here is in our left heel. Toes are light, and we're still breathing. Yes? Yes. Now one more option, either stay here or start to melt forward and find nesting eagle by bringing the elbows and the knees together and tucking your chin. Slowly rising up if you're nesting. Push through, rise up through that left leg, release it all, shake it out a little bit. Inhale, reach up. Exhale, sink to chair. Inhale, reach up. Exhale, forward fold. Inhale, halfway lift. Exhale, forward fold. Inhale, reach up. Exhale, sink to chair. Pausing here for just a moment. Grounding through that right foot. Left leg crosses over the right, so checking those hips here. Finding our eagle legs. And then finding whatever version of arms you want to take on this side. So I always like to start by extending my arms out to the side. So this time, left arm is going to go under the right. Give a gentle squeeze. Bring them in nice and tight. And then find my eagle arms. But the beautiful thing about your yoga practice is you can do whatever version you want. And you can do it different every time if you want. So once we're settled in here, maybe taking that nesting eagle by bringing the elbows toward the knees. Toes are light. And rising up. And then releasing the legs, the arms, shaking it all out. Inhale, reach up. Exhale, forward fold. Take your flow if you wish. Otherwise, a child's pose. Taking whatever it is you need at this point. So wherever we are, we will meet in downward facing dog. So if you're in child's pose, if you took a flow, we will meet in downward facing dog. Looking forward to the top of the mat, right foot steps forward, cartwheeling the arms, find our warrior two. So find a stance here in your warrior two with your legs that you're going to be able to maintain for a while. So we're going to go through a series, but the bottom part of the body is going to remain in the same position. The only thing that's going to change is the arms. So maybe challenge yourself, find that line between effort and ease. Maybe walk those toes out. Tailbone tucked under. Hips are both facing in the same direction. Arms, again, long and strong. Strong warrior. Gaze is over those right fingertips. Might be starting to feel that front leg a little bit already. Yeah? Yep. Inhale as you roll the shoulders up, and then soften the shoulders down. Shoulders are aligned over our hips. Inhale, flip that front palm. Find our reverse warrior. So right arm up and over. Left hand on the outside of that left leg. Inhale. Exhale, extended side angle. So left arm long overhead. Right elbow either on that right knee, or if it's in your practice to have the hand on a block, or maybe hand is on the floor, or you might find a bind. Whatever it is you normally need. But for a traditional extended side angle, we're looking for a nice long line, fingertips to the outside of that right foot, or left foot. A nice long line. Inhale, warrior two. Exhale, maybe sink a little deeper. Inhale, reverse. Exhale, extended side angle. And back to warrior two. Inhale, reverse. Exhale, extended side angle. Inhale, warrior two. Cartwheel the hands down. Take a flow if you wish, or skip it. Same thing, other side. Look forward. Left foot steps forward this time. Cartwheel those hands. Find our warrior two. So taking inventory here. Nice long stance. That's something we can maintain. Soften those shoulders. Flip that front palm. Inhale, reverse. Find your breath. Exhale, extended side angle. Warrior two. Soften those shoulders. Inhale, reverse. Extended side angle. Nice long line. Warrior two. Inhale, reverse. Exhale, extended side. Warrior two. Cartwheel the hands down. Take your flow, or not. Look forward, step or hop to the top of the mat. Inhale, halfway lift. Exhale, forward fold. Inhale, reach up. Exhale, hands to heart center. Tree is one of my favorite poses. I love how it just helps to ground and center. So we're going to use this as our final standing pose for this practice. So starting on whichever side you want, right or left, but go ahead and raise the toes up off of the mat and then release them back down. Almost creates kind of a suction cup. Helps us to really ground in. And just imagine a string kind of pulling through the entire body, so it's bringing you nice and tall. Tailbone again tucked under, ribs are knitted in, abs are nice and tight. So for me, I'm going to start on the right side. So I'm going to raise that left leg up into a stair step, open that hip, so I'm not pulling it, I'm not forcing it, I'm just opening it up. And then that foot is going to land wherever it lands. So without pulling it, without forcing it up to the inside of the thigh, where does your leg want to go? So maintaining that nice tall stance, and then maybe growing some branches. So checking that we're not pushing one hip out, the hips are nice and even, we're standing nice and tall, we're a nice, tall, strong tree. So to challenge yourself a little bit, maybe bringing the hands clasped at the lower back, opening the heart, and then sending the gaze by drawing upward and drawing an imaginary line across the sky. Now again, can you do this and maintain integrity within the pose? That's the question. That's what we need to watch. Another breath here. And then release your tree. Shake anything out that you need to. Bring that intention back to your mind. And we'll go ahead and set up on the other side. So grounding through that opposite foot. Stair stepping the other leg. Opening up through the hip. Landing the foot. Now if balance is not a great thing for you today, taking and going ahead, finding your version of tree. So again, finding your nice tall trunk, growing your branches if you want. So zoning in, finding your tree. But if you're like, tree just not my favorite, not really liking it, I don't really, balance isn't my thing, keep both feet on the floor. And then just start to shift the weight into one foot. So just test it a little bit. So you might find that you can pick the other foot up off of the floor just an inch or so. Maybe just lift the heel up. Lots of different options. It doesn't have to be an all or nothing. Make it your own. So once you settle into a particular version of your tree, trying something different that will challenge you while still maintaining that nice strong trunk. Another breath here. Coming back to center, releasing the legs and the arms, shaking them out. And we'll take one more flow together just to wash everything out. Inhale, reach up, nice and big. Exhale, forward fold. Inhale, halfway lift. Exhale, hands plant, feet step back to high plank. Inhale to prepare. Exhale, lower all the way or halfway, taking your cobra or upward facing dog. Exhale, downward facing dog. Lowering the knees to the mat. Find your child's pose. And stay in your child's pose for 3 nice, long, deep breaths in and out. And then as you're ready, walking the hands back, coming to the bum. So we'll find seated with the legs long in front of us. Flex the feet, sit up nice and tall, arms up toward the sky. And we'll find our Dandasana. So we have a straight leg forward fold here. So bend at the hips, and we're just coming forward. And when you find that you just can't hinge anymore, release the arms, let them fall wherever they do. And then tuck the chin and just start to melt over the legs. Now you might come close to the legs, you might not, doesn't matter. What matters is that you plug into how this feels in your body. So if you're finding that this isn't comfortable, bring the hands to either side of the hips, give yourself a little more support, and then maybe just start to walk the hands forward. And if you feel just a nice gentle stretch through that lower back, stay there. And then when you're ready, walk the hands up. Gently bring the bottoms of the feet in. We're going to find butterfly pose. So kind of a similar pose here, but it helps us to get a little bit more of a stretch through the inner thighs. So feet are together, sits bones are on the mat. We're sitting nice and tall. And hands might be on the knees, ankles, you might be hugging the toes, but we're pushing the knees down, sitting nice and tall, same thing, just coming forward for a nice gentle stretch. Now here you're going to feel a gentle stretch through the back, but also through the inner thighs a little bit. And again, just coming forward as much as feels good for a nice stretch through the body, different parts of the body, but no pain. If you're feeling pain, back off. And then gently releasing this, bringing the knees together, giving a gentle hug to the knees a little bit, and then lowering all the way down to your back, bringing your block with you. We're going to take the same dynamic bridge that we did in our warm-up. So bring the heels in toward the bum, block between the knees, palms are again, words are hard. I need my coffee. Hands are palms face down on either side of the body. Tuck that tailbone. Push through the heels. Send the hips up toward the sky. Squeeze that block. Inhale here. Exhale, lower down. Inhale up. Squeezing that block yet. Exhale, lower down. Inhale up. Exhale, lower down. One more. Inhale up. Hold here. Squeeze, squeeze, squeeze. And lower down. Release that block. Now just allow the lower back muscles to release a little bit here. And then toe heel the feet out, and then seagrass those legs back and forth, nice and gentle. From here, again, bring those knees into the chest, gentle squeeze, maybe a rock back and forth, side to side. Bottom of the left foot to the mat, right leg crosses over. Arms are out straight on either side of the body. And then go ahead and shift the hips off to the right side of the mat a little bit. And then lower both legs off to the left-hand side. Now the bottom of that right foot might meet the mat, might not. Good trick. Bring a block over, set the foot on the block, whatever it is that you need. But starting to plug into that breath again that we brought awareness to at the beginning of practice. So we're cooling things down, slowing things down, getting ready for our Shavasana, many times everyone's favorite part of our practice, yes? And then as you are ready, finding your twist on the other side. And then once you have taken a twist on both sides, finding an inversion of your choice. So an inversion, it can be happy baby. My favorite is waterfall, so I bring a block under my lower back, under that sacrum, and bring my legs straight up, like legs up the wall, but with that block support. If you're in a spot right now where you want to move right up to the wall and do legs up the wall, go for it. But find an inversion of your choice if you wish. Otherwise, after inversion, we will move right into Shavasana. So depending if you want more Shavasana, you might want to skip the inversion, but an inversion is just a great way to kind of relax a little bit further. Helps in circulation. It just feels really, really good. So if you want to take your inversion, take your version. And if you do take an inversion, I would recommend 10 full inhales and exhales in your inversion before you soften yourself and find Shavasana. So I'm going to share the quote. We had a couple folks that joined us after I shared the quote today. So I'm going to go ahead and share that one more time before we get to Shavasana. In this life, we are all just walking up the mountain. And we can sing as we climb, or we can complain about our sore feet. Whichever we choose, we still got to do the hike. I decided a long time ago, singing made a lot more sense. So when you find your Shavasana, Shavasana is a time for the body and the mind to be completely at rest, to soak up all of the goodness that you just reaped throughout your practice, and just a time for you to be. I will keep track of the time, so you don't need to. So go ahead, be completely at rest, and I will let you know when it's time to wake up and for us to conclude practice.